My side pockets are all prepared, and now I'm going to pin the front and the back together. So this is going to be done right sides together. I have the front face up. Doesn't matter which one you put face up, but one of them's face up. The other one is face down. And if I put these pockets on here where they were supposed to be, they should line up when I put the two ends together. So I'm going to start at the very end, and I am going to put that end, a pin in that end. So we're going to do the two ends first, middle, middle, middle thing. And then I'm going to stretch down to the other end and make sure that these pieces of fabric are stacked right on top of each other. The other part that I want to make sure I line up is that dot that we drew on way back when. So I'm going to put a pin through that dot, and I want to go to the other side and make sure that I have it all the way straight through. When I'm sewing this together, I'm actually going to come up here and stop. Kind of like we did when we did the fake fly, if you did that particular thing. We came up to the dot and we stopped. All right? And then I'm just going to finish pinning along here. Make sure that the edges all line up. You don't have any bubbles in the seam at all. I'm going to put a couple more in here. And I think one more right here. And then I have the other dot, the one that's at the top of the pocket that I have to also line up. And so here's my dot right here. I know it's hard for you to see, but I can see it. And I'm going to put my pin straight through. And I want to match it up with the dot that's on the other side. This is why it was so important to have accurate dots and not big blobs. So when I sew this, I'm going to stitch from the bottom up to this dot, and I'm going to back stitch right here. And I'm not even going to do anything with the pocket at this point. The pocket's just kind of there. All right? I'm not doing anything with it. And then I'm going to back stitch here, then I'm going to cut my thread, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to back stitch, and I'm going to stitch up to the top for that particular part. And the dot should be about 5/8 of an inch from the edge. If you need to measure over there to know where, because I'm not going to be able to line that up with my blue tape. If I need to measure that, I can do that and then make a little line of where I'm supposed to start. But I'm not going to do that because I usually am pretty good about being able to line it up. If you're not sure, go ahead and just take your seam gauge right here where the dot is and make a little mark with your pencil or chalk that shows where you need to start. And make sure you put it right at the 5/8 of an inch. Don't make it bigger than that because we want this to go straight up here to the top. Now, I have to, because I have two pockets and two sides, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other one. And remember that the back piece is bigger than the front piece, and so when you lay them out flat, it's not going to be smooth across the body. There's going to be, the back should be bigger than the front. And just ignore that. Don't worry about it. It's because you have a behind and you need more space in the back for that behind. So I'm going to finish pinning up the other side, and then I'm going to go to the sewing machine.